Wabemba, Mamin call University of Ghana, University of Ghana, Namine Professor Kobe Mensah. Why political marketing strategist, Enkudin Komo. Na mimisa no se omampanin commenter ye ka ho asem yi no. E won susuanso bi, ana betime nya susuanso bi. E wo NPP or mo elections no eso. Prof, Anope, good morning.
Good morning, Pedro.
Prof, mbacho ye ho ye. Na wada Roma so ho te se.
Nyame yɛ good.
Yo. Prof, wada Roma minim se nra na mampanin kasa ye. Na ye di ho nkɔmɔ anɔpa yi. Menim ankasa sɛ bi a wate a but ne tɔfa bɔ mu ane sɛ mampanin kyerɛ sɛ ebi mu nam ɛsɛ ne din sɛ elections na NPP ɔmo kɔ no ɔde state resources nyinaa ɛtae vice president na bɛdi akyire akyi na nokora biara ɛnnim na ɔka bio sɛ partyfoɔ no NPP party no nyɛ obi na ɔbɛtu so sɛbi delegate no ɔbɛtu so candidate ɛde ama ɔmo anim ne yɛyɛ a ɔbɛyɛ ama party no na in as much as delegate biara wɔ ne favorite constituency chairman secretary executives no yɛ ne obiara wɔ ne favorite no president so as a person ɔno nso wɔ ne favorite na mmom nkɔgyina baabiara nkɔka nkyerɛ executive biara na point biara sɛ kyenkyene a monkɔto ma wei anɔpa yi deɛ mampani ka yɛ yi ɛbɛtumi anya nsusuansoɔ bi ɛwɔ election no so anaa deɛ na ɔsɛ mampani bɛka na waka no.
Medase, I think that already the president na baby onka the if you are delegate to be on vote left or right. Nti akadama na koyente de na baby akademia.
Prof Bacha opposition who ye kakra bi ma me na
I think that I think the Obefu side because baby Amon is a very stable place.
Okay, Prof Bacha any say me producer phone no say okay yempa from man yempa from Prof Bacha any ma me ntio yenkɔ no kakra kakra.
Okay, into what in here? Because earlier I mean your feedback.
Phone is na say na
I think feedback is a start over.
Prof Bacha yentio.
Okay, in America there the man paying Canada home only baby and kade or being vote left and right. And man peninsula one vote into the kind of na Sabio Yakade Abia Obinya onya favors and that's the in the political circles Yakado be support Obia. And on Chade be a Nipano will question platform be that vote A or vote B. But in Ziana and that's the in Zambia Yehu Otum Chede Abia Nipano support left or right. And actually, since referred delegate another presidential flagbearer election campaign starts here. You the president, vice president referred Baumia, actually playing field now shada equal papa. I mean, there had been instances a year who resources are untrade there, Dankutena holding obetum one madam resources no.
Okay.
Or that campaign.
But obia wo ne connections. Obi say Kennedy Japan say. Obia nim say Kennedy ko ba bia oni party fo hia oye de oso oye o donate sika wo sisi adan ne ade enti ne nsam odru. Enti mampani mo ano but ne nsam odru. Enti individualistic ana prof.
Well, I'm now yet saying who Kennedy is.
Yeah.
Na yenyim who the other candidates are.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, Kennedy, it's a huge business, mogul. Everybody knows.
Okay.
Obianyim level of resources, even before a campaign is starting. Obianyim how Kennedy make pocket or a deep. Me sure that Ghana vice president be another whoever had become vice president can actually compete with Kennedy in terms of resources.
Okay.
And for you to have ABA, this current vice president, matching Kennedy boot for boot, I think that you must be interested to find out how that level of resources
Okay.
came about.
Okay.
See, I think that, yes, paying boy nano
Kessben.
but evidently no nzema P no me who there perhaps ne support the alternative
And
and
action is speaking louder than words.
the Pachenyo. And
Okay.
people are saying there that unfair access, and answer the unfair playing field,
Okay.
should be reviewed so that the place is competitive.
Prof, now me they compare Mampeni Dada Rollins, the
Mm,
popular Swedro declaration.
mm,
Now me they compare Mampeni Kofo between
mm.
Alan and Nanado. It tells me say Mampeni Rollins no pe at the mills. Mampeni Kofo supposedly a tram there, but to be an say 2008 omo kono utie de kokko so a de ye tini nei na kwaso no so wala no ho. Nemi and Samba can say
I think the Rollins was emphatic, and that's the difference. I
okay.
mean, Rollins was absolutely emphatic because no feel the former president at time and no on by Nabidechi, has exhibited traits to be feel the or a fitting for leadership.
Okay.
There is a rumor actually that he had authorized state institutions leaders won't comply or some AEB directives to be. According to rumors, Natamel is catching a plane down on it because he doesn't think that or beneficial to the state.
Okay. Okay.
Those traits, Omar Rollins, Nenye Atamez, I think that
Mm,
when we talk about leader,
mm,
this is a leader because for him to be assertive,
okay.
into I
Mm.
don't know that no, although busy NDC for one flag
Okay, okay.
bearership.
And you bet me about saying another so whom be will be a by Omiamu as
Of
Nabidi
course,
actually.
of
Okay.
course, no doubt. But you see, there was a difference between NDC then and even NDC now. And of course, in comparison with NPP, and there was a stark difference. At the time, in the America, the NDC was personality driven in terms of leadership.
Okay.
And then, of course, you can understand that from one basis, baby Wolfie Banner. Now, MPP right from the word go, had been a collective, had been a party oriented as opposed to a personality oriented
Okay. Ye nyina ye dia.
at the time, exactly.
MPP ye nyina ye dia na Robinson so na kwaye
At the time,
JJ party. Okay.
at the time. Now, a bit of in the NDC leader be on your bottom wires are JJN,
Okay.
but those days he could do it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the party
Kessben.
needs to be on and how I understood you wouldn't be able to say that because JJN and other leaders no bottom wire on but
Okay. Okay.
and that's the difference. And even former President Kufuor Nizina, at the time, obviously Alan wasn't a vice president,
Yeah.
and you couldn't
He was a
see
minister.
exactly, and you couldn't see any distinguishable resource, capabilities, another advantage over the others.
Hey, Samra no
But
friend Alan Cash, and I want to be
oh yeah,
cash,
of
cash
course,
for the
of
boys,
course,
cash.
ain't any of creamy
Yeah.
but you couldn't see because Nana doesn't know cash. I mean, someone who held almost about 15 companies in this country. You can't say that he didn't have money inside us. And see, Nanado could match Alan Cash.
Nanado, Samra Nanado was 15 companies or Ghana.
Of course, I mean, I've worked in one of the businesses that he had interest in.
I see.
We are very much aware of Nanado
Wow.
ne
Wow.
gravitas. No doubt about it. He was a self-made, perhaps you can say that person. He controlled a lot of resources at the time.
Okay.
And he couldn't match him for good for. But I think that this day, maybe the times have changed, the dynamics of the time. But me sure that at the time when even Aliu Mahama, Honorable His Excellency Aliu Mahama contesting, he would even control a quarter of what Baumia is controlling now in terms of resources. It is absolutely no comparison. And the feel that is but in the any indeed, there's a huge establishment support
Okay. Okay.
of Baumia.
Mame Mr. We in chat to okra, Prof. I
Mm.
want a campaign or MPP party. Agoto, a Greek minister, Alan Martin, Boache Jakon, a woman said, well, any minister, Nanche, but he was part of the government, most of them, no. They're the very people who are almost all my by no, yaba na you say you buy a campaign message ya digana for hamo ya party na you say ya party are they being fair to the president in the face and now who say oh e bi omo petu minti no omo keka sa na omo wi a omo besesa because won timi nkasa ban obedi mfie nsia so no enka opese ka bibi papa fa ho a obetimi anya negative nkwa na obeka fa ho.
I think that they want to be objective. They want to reflect the feelings of Ghanaians. Even there, say a baby, na say enjoy a certain benefit. In Kofor, can the BBI is in a way home.
And you know omo wa ban mo no omo hu.
Of course, I mean they probably would not have a feel of it, and answer there. Indeed, they hear it, but because they are part of it, and they want to wanka.
Okay.
And that's it. To be honest with you, I'm now. Yen to me and Kade, ordinary Ghanaians. I'm now.
I made them ordinary be a prof now ordinary.
I will benefit the Kofu who I own no obo say no more bibinti. In some Kofu can do you will may hear it. Ebia you bet see will full well move your cotton fuel. And then with a price now cost, but still you will be able to buy. Look, there are many people, Ghanaians, who cannot even pay for their trotro. And that's the reality. And I don't think that they are being unfair to the government. I think that they are being objective.
Okay.
Maybe you would argue that if they were still in government, would they say that? No, because the constraints of being part of a union, now ever out, you should be able to say it. And I'm sure that even
Prof, Yamra technical hospital. What about out, Abeka? Uri no the flagbearer na shewonsa. Obeka say na Ghana for because the masses are listening. They all can mutio.
Of course. And they will have to be continuing their objectivity. The Omana and Koye. And you see, when they yakada Omana and Koye, it will be unfair on our behalf to say the current administration, President Onyefi. That would be totally unfair. I mean, I don't think that it will sit in consciousness of people to say that Omano, President Wanyefi. But when we say that a government hadn't performed, it is in two ways. One, in comparison with what you came to promise. Is that as well?
Okay.
I will never the Omeba, Mayediamo. We have something called expectancy disconfirmation theory.
Okay.
Wankasa was some a catch him, the normal meaning expectation.
Okay.
It's a mere them expectation. There anyhow, they compare as I am a them expectation.
Yeah.
And then may confirm whether indeed is done in Zidu.
Okay.
That's one. Two, yet ya experience other abanda. Antina almost 20, is it 20 or 15 or whatever years down the line after former President Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
And so in 2004.
2008.
2008.
Yeah, now Mills take you over from 2009.
Exactly.
2012. Mills Mahama and Akufo-Addo about 2016.
Okay. Antina down the line to 2020, 2008. Still, a man for make reference to former President Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
Antina, so many years after Nkrumah we still refer to Nkrumah Naba because there was a certain expectation, there was a certain delivery.
Okay.
Our crowd wasn't always so recent. And some Kofu Kade here. Now, Obianese almost years back, you took your kind of it means that you are not doing.
But Prof, I also contention be also Ghana for Yakoya Hunipebia, Yasam Yebibio. Mambenida da Mahama, 2016. Ye China pa dinatem or Nyeshe wasan wa bon ne de kaka hunina ekoto about almost 1.5 million votes etiano. But I know them crom now JM Nkoma asa agyenkwa ebi kura timeto napo Mahama John Mahama boni dia nti yakɔ ɛte sɛ yɛsɛ Ghana for deɛ wowɔ abɛn mu a yɛsɛ onye ba wofiri hɔ a na ɔmo kae wo ananyɛ saa nɛte.
Anya Ghana for globally.
Okay.
I'll give you example. When Clinton, Ozzy Nabano, near Bedechi, which is Agor, it was expected that Agor be win election and now Olusi. You see, say Clinton Nabano, the employment rate of US was one of the highest. In fact, there was a lot of employment. I mean, the economy was doing well, right? But people aspirations go up as and when you deliver. Aspirations now on your constant.
Okay.
And uncle for so share in some can as no what the compare may and I know what measure will speed in our success rate. Inti I go Lucy election was the Republicans today. Now my point is that character Ghanaian voters were exhibiting is never different from other voters were exhibiting.
Okay.
The same the world over. Oh yeah, our expectation, the way our can win some no nema voters no one confidence you're too high. And that was the don't overpromise and underdeliver. You have to promise according to your quote. Na delivery no so will measure why according to and so your quote. Na say what promise let's say under deliver that none of course people will say that anyafi.
Problem no asa no pay na yemfa wo nsi ha abo na wotwa pa hosima aduasa nwotwe yene Professor Kobi Mensah, a political marketing strategist ewo University of Ghana Legon, ɛna ekodi enkomo no